Hello and welcome back to a new episode of Ultimate General Civil War. And today we are going to start the Battle of Cold Harbor. For this fight I've adjusted our army into 4 corps. Our first corps has 3 infantry divisions who are all getting support by a battery of 24-pounder howitzers, and our 4th division is consisting of our heavy artillery. It has a battery of 12-pounder Whitworth and 5 batteries of 20-pounder Parrotts. Our second corps holds 3 infantry divisions who are getting support by 12-pounder Napoleons and 10-pounder ordnances. Our second corps also has our melee division who was really efficient in the Battle of Myushu. They also get additional support by 2 units of sharp snipers and a unit of JF Browns and Spencer suppressions. Our third corps is modeled after our first, with 3 infantry divisions who have 2 24-pounder howitzers and a battery of 12-pounder Napoleons, and an artillery corps consisting of 4 batteries of 10-pounder Parrotts and 2 batteries of 10-pounder ordnances. Our 4th corps is a bit under strength, with 2 infantry divisions who are getting support by 12-pounder Napoleons and 10-pounder ordnances, and a specialist division that holds our skirmish cavalry, our melee cavalry, and a unit of JF Brown snipers and Spencer suppressions. I've also invested a lot of money into better rifles. This is why we are now pretty low on funds. But because of this investment we have an entire division that is exclusively armed with the Springfield M1863 rifle, and the majority of our 2-star units already have the Springfield M1861. In preparation to this battle I've also invested another point into training so that we can easier replace our losses. According to this battle map we are going to fight alongside a large front, but our right flank has a larger coverage of woods. I want to use this as an advantage and attack our enemy with our 1st and 2nd corps over their right flank. Our left flank is far more open, and this would make an advance far more costly. I want to focus our 3rd and 4th corps down on our left flank, but I only want to do very limited pushes. In total we are bringing close to 96,000 soldiers into this battlefield together with 286 guns, and at the beginning of this battle we only have to face off against 12,000 enemy soldiers and 28 guns. Our army is shifting, trying to swing Lee's right flank. We are already building trenches near Bethesda Church. Up to this section. We have captured Old Cold Harbor Crossroads, and now from this position we are threatening to advance to Richmond. Our infantry detachments are currently building breastworks to secure our new attack base. The rebels have responded by maneuvering their forces to defend New Cold Harbor Crossroads, and have entrenched further northeast. Their breastworks extend to Walnut Grove Road, up to Old Church Road, blocking all main roads to Richmond. We have to assault and break their defenses. Our corps detachment control Old Cold Harbor Road Junction and have prepared breastworks to defend it. The Confederates are mobilizing for an attack with their infantry. They have entrenched the other side of the road and we could counterattack to storm their defenses, but we are now under strength. We must hold our positions until our reinforcements arrive. And with this the battle can begin. I've detached skirmishers to take the breastworks over there and down on our 1st southern flank. Our main positions are getting held by our bigger infantry brigades, and we have Colquitt in reserve. If the enemy should try to outflank us over here, we can simply send Colquitt over, and if he should arrive too late, we can defend this section of the battlefield, as right now down here is only objectives that we need to hold. And we have found the first group of the enemy. Kate is advancing and our men are ready to open up. As soon as he leaves the tree line, and up here we have encountered another enemy brigade. And down here Kent is already forced back. I'm going to send Colquitt over as more forces are assembling over here. Mason is getting ready to shoot at Klingman and Humphreys. And down here we have Martin forming up for another attack. But Kirkland and Reed are opening up. Down here another Colquitt is advancing, but also is going to be repelled soon. So far we have taken only a handful of casualties, but already dished out quite some damage on the enemy. And Fitzcooli's cavalry is spotted, they are forming up down here. I'm hesitant to send Kirkland down, to send Colquitt down, but I might have to react quickly if they threaten to overrun our skirmish line. Man, can you shoot at Lomax, please? This would be very advantageous for us. Come on, you're on his flank. Aim! Good volley, good volley. And with this, Lomax is routed. Please now focus back on standard units. Down here we have Humphreys trying to charge. Colquitt, remain at your position. Double time it. But Humphreys is already routed. The Confederate attacks are not coming coordinated, and therefore we are having quite the advantage. Colquitt, can you now open up on Bryan once he reaches Mason's line? Come on, get forward. Devastate them. Bryan is getting routed, now Colquitt's men are shooting in. One volley, 56 casualties on the enemy. Very good. Down here now, Kirkland is under pressure. And Reed is getting attacked by Wofford. I'm going to send Grant down to support the man. And we have routed Wofford. For now, everything is looking good. The morale of Reed is recovering quickly. 60 casualties so far, not so much. Down here we have another approach from the enemy cavalry, and they're already getting greeted with fire. And Lomax is trying one more time. Kirkland, can you focus on him? Well, Lomax is already withdrawn. Down here we have Humphreys marching up again. I'm uncertain if he will even reach our lines. And enemy artillery is opening up again. I would love to send our skirmishers out, but I'm sure that the enemy has more infantry in reserve, and I do not want to sacrifice our men. How's the situation down here, Logan? We have once again repelled Wickham. And Lomax is coming up again, but his attack is not going to be any more successful as the previous ones. I'm thinking about replacing Reed with Colquitt. But on the other side, I do not want to abandon this breastworks, even if it is only for a short time. It could increase our casualties significantly. But down here Colquitt is marching up again. It looks like the enemy advance is shifting down to Kirkland. I'm therefore getting Colquitt down, double time it, and Grant down to support Kirkland. Yes, we have Hook over here. All signs point to an enemy attack. And there Colquitt is marching in. Kirkland is currently reloading. Our reinforcements of our Colquitt are coming in. Come on. They were able to get off their volley. Colquitt's numbers are falling. 730 only left. And our Colquitt is opening fire now. After this volley, only 600 of Colquitt's men can limp back into their positions. This was really a good volley. And now the enemy approach on Mason's line is intensifying, but we still are good on morale. And the enemy is bleeding heavily. Now Wofford is coming up. I'm going to get our Colquitt a bit more forward, so that he can soon also open up on the enemy. For now you can rest and do not need to run anymore. And Kirkland has already 73 casualties. But this is nothing compared to the rebel advance. Right now the Confederates has lost close to 2,500 soldiers. And we have Keat moving up. Colquitt is still out of reach. I'm going to get him down to Kirkland, as I assume Kate is going to attack us. Now you can stop running. Get into position. And as nothing is happening over here, I'm going to get Mason skirmishers out of cover to open up on this flank. If this battle is going to continue as it does right now, the Confederates will completely bleed out. And I have nothing to complain against that. I'm thinking about getting Kirkland's men out to completely destroy the cavalry, but another push is forming up. Come on, get into range. There they are. And there they are repelled again. I'm going to speed up time once more. And I'm going to get Colquitt further south. I want him to deal with these cavalry units. Down here, 900 men under Terry are moving up. I don't think we have encountered this unit so far. And Mason skirmishers can attack this unit over here. Down here, the rebel Colquitt is down to 300 men. And Brian is down to 200. This unit is going to break soon. And another attack is forming up. Unfortunately, our own reserves are away right now, but I hope that we are strong enough to repel them. Our skirmishers can now focus on Humphrey, and we have reinforcements. I'm going to slow down time now. Reed is now wavering, but we have our second corps coming in. I'm going to try to select everyone. Move down. Colquitt, get out of cover. Maybe we can entice the cavalrymen into an attack and then rout them for good. Mason skirmishers are opening up on Humphrey. Humphrey has now his flank exposed. Mason, can you reach him? This would be fantastic. Mason skirmishers are now also getting shelled by artillery. Come on, man, move up. Only 17 minutes to left. We are unfortunately not going to be able to attack the rebel lines. Wickham is already falling back again. Colquitt, rotate now as Lomans tries to get on your flank. Double time it. Open up. And there is the cavalry unit broken. Now you can get further down. Mason skirmishers, withdraw into the woods. Colquitt, stop running and move up further. If possible, I want to also annihilate the other cavalry unit, but for now you can focus on their open flank. The more casualties we inflict now, the less men we have to fight later. Down here, Wickham is on Colquitt's flank. Colquitt, run. One good volley and they're broken. Then you can focus on the other Colquitt. There is this cavalry destroyed. And Colquitt is marching up. 200 against 1600, not a fair fight. And after the first volley, Colquitt is still standing, but this will change very soon. Some of our units are low on ammunition. I'm going to get supplies down, and down here Reed has suffered some damage. He's down to 1500 men and Kirkland is down to 1600. Palan, can you focus on Terry or is he out of reach for you? Down here we have either forced Colquitt is broken. Wonderful. Now, our Colquitt needs to run to get a Volyov on Keat. But this is not happening. Our right flank is now under attack. So far, so good. We have still 95,000 soldiers left, and we are now going to face off against 14,038 artillery pieces. The Confederates hold the passage to Old Church Road. If we secure it, we could drive them away from the battlefield today. Our temporary fortifications at the woods near Mongolia Swamp are being targeted by the enemy. We are going to abandon these positions as soon as possible because the Confederates are becoming too strong in the area. We are guarding this section of Shady Grove Road with a few brigades to delay the Confederate advance. Our reinforcements arriving from the northwest will take up positions at Bethesda Church and begin fortifying in the next hours. General, be cautious trying to inflict casualties on the enemy. We cannot afford too many losses before our main attack. I have quickly given a few orders to organize our men. These units are pulling back deeper into the woods to get more cover. Down here our fortifications are getting manned, and I'm sending skirmishers out to hold this road. Down here Grant's skirmishers are going to hold this flank, while Grant's main force is going to march over here. I think these fortifications are going to be strong enough to hold on their own. These units are armed with the Springfield Harper's Ferry and the Springfield 1861, good guns, and should be able to hold back a large amount of the enemy. Allen is getting targeted, unfortunately he has good guns. And if possible I'm going to send some skirmishers out to attack these artillery pieces, but for now we have to stop the main force of the enemy. McGuinness, I'm going to send you further up north to attack these forces. I hope that Allen is going to be strong enough to hold back these units. Down here these units are currently not getting seen by the enemy, allowing us to inflict some casualties and hopefully to form up on their flank. We have 3 brigades marching up over here, and I have to send McGuinness back. 4 brigades. This is going to be a difficult fight. Grant, you also need to move up over here, abandoning this little post, but I think it's more useful to hold this advance. We have forced Evans back already. And I am going to send our units out of the woods now to further press on the enemy flank. I'm also going to send our artillery forward to have a better angle on the enemy. McGuinness is now also forming up. Grant, double time it until you're in position. Nothing is really happening in the south, or at least nothing that we could see. And we have Terry and Bethel exposed over here. Hoods get forward just a bit more, the same goes with Tennant and the skirmishers. I'm trying to deliver as much damage to the enemy as possible. Down here McGuinness is forming up, but for now the enemy is out of reach. The same goes with Grant, but I'm not going to send Grant out as otherwise his flank would be exposed to the enemy artillery fire. Down here Heinzelmann has to battle enemy skirmishers. Grant skirmishers, can you get on their flank? Down here Terry is getting forced back. 24 pounders, open up on Evans. You should have a good opening on his flank. These units are now all wavering or routing. Wonderful. McGuinness is under heavy pressure. The same goes with Allen, but we are still holding and we have men in reserve. Down here we have forced back 1 unit of enemy skirmishers, or at least lost eyes on them. Grant's men are blocked. I'm going to send them forward just a bit. And I am going to send Tennant and Hood forward together with the skirmish line. Tennant and Hood, please form up further over here. Skirmishers, make sure that nothing is going to flank us. We have a Lely forming up. but they're still far away. Artillery get forward as well. And I am going to get Schimmelpfennig out of his positions. And it looks like we have beaten back the enemy advance down here. Grand Skirmishers, can you scout ahead? Do not get yourself killed or captured. But it would be a welcome sight to find out where the enemy is. Enemy skirmishers are in the breastworks. And another group of enemy skirmishers is advancing. Grandsman, fall back. There's nothing to be won over here. Warren's corps is near, we are outnumbered and must secure defensive positions. This is of course very unfortunate. I hope that their reinforcements are not going to advance in our rear. Because for now we are hunting them. 24 pounder parrots open up on Evans. Enemy artillery is seemingly coming from over here. I want Hood and 10th skirmish line to form up over here and then maybe outflank them. If you could destroy some of their guns, this would be really helpful. This group of skirmishers is routed and we have Fry forming up. Walton's men, can you push forward just a little bit? Find out if every position here is secured. It appears that we have an opening in the enemy line. Schimmelpfennig, you're getting over here. Down here we have Grimes routed. Hood is taking casualties. Please now focus on Evans. Tenet, move forward, and these skirmishers also need to move forward. I'm still not willing to send Grant out of cover. These skirmishers have arrived. I'm going to send them forward. Fry is now attacking Heinzelmann. Heinzelmann has still the Harper's Ferry M1855. Not the best weapon for this engagement, but still a very reliable one. I'm going to send Grant skirmishers on their flank. For now, Walton skirmishers are undetected by the enemy. And Major General Timothy Pryor is wounded. Unfortunate casualties so early on the battlefield. But unavoidable. And we have found enemy artillery. It's opening up on our skirmishers. Most unfortunate. Tenet, get on the flank please. Hood, attack. Come on, open up before Evans can regroup. Down here, Walton's men are on the flank of Lewis. Can you get further into their lines? I'm unwilling to send Walton out, he's under strength. Schimmelpfennig could possibly advance on the enemy side, but we only have 24 minutes left. Down here, Tenet needs to fight Evans, and Hood skirmishers still need to shoot down on Page. I hope that we can deliver enough damage before Page can open up again. Down here, Hood and Tenet can move forward, the same with our artillery, and these skirmishers. Down here, nothing is really happening. And our skirmishers are far behind enemy lines. I want them to arrest Lewis, who is in defensive positions. Maybe we can open up on his rear. And I'm going to send Grant forward to shoot at Terry. Down here we have lost eyes on the enemy. I'm going to send our men forward. The same goes with Hood and Tenet. And our own skirmishers are now under attack. I want them to fall back, and our reinforcements are arriving. Yeah, these skirmishers are unfortunately routed. I hope that I haven't sent Walton's men into their certain death. But I was just so, well, enticed by this opening of their lines. Down here we have York routed. We have found their guns again. Everyone, finish them off. And our reinforcements are finally there. I'm letting them form up over here. We have 9 minutes left on this side of the battle. Nothing is really going to happen. I hope that we can destroy their battery, maybe rout 1 or 2 units, but more is not going to happen. We have once again lost eyes on the artillery. Grant has taken 71 casualties without really delivering fire. Come on, open up. Alan has already taken 300 casualties but destroyed 500 enemy units. Tennant and Hood are still looking quite well. And our howitzers have done very good. They have destroyed over 300 enemy units as well. We have found the enemy guns again. And we have our 20 pounders opening up. If they can get into positions, we can maybe bombard this unit. But we only have 1 minute left. I doubt that we can get many shots off. So far nothing has happened on Hardway, but this artillery unit is almost broken and we are now proceeding to the next day. The fighting wasn't too hard on the first day, and if we would have had more time, I'm sure we could have broken the enemy, even if we wouldn't have received reinforcements. But unfortunately this was not happening. It appears that on the second day we are going to attack outgoing from our left flank. We have 93,892 soldiers available and 286 guns, and we're going to face off against 13,000 enemies and 41 artillery pieces. But we are going to fight this battle in the next episode. I hope you've enjoyed the first day of this battle, even though it is a bit of a shorter episode, and in the next episode we are going to try and dislodge the enemy from their positions. Until we meet again, I wish you all a great time.